Everyone, it's your girl Khalia, and I'm back with another video. Today, this video is going to be about how you can prep yourself to purchase a home. So I'm going to go over a few tips of things that you should do. If you have already been doing this, this is good. Just stay on this track. And I have all my stuff written down on this list, so if I'm looking down, that's what I'm looking at. Actually, I'm going to put it, no, I'll just leave it right here. Okay, so let me break this down very easy, because I have a lot of people who are younger that reach out to me. They want to purchase a home. They don't feel like renting is going to be substantial for them. So they reach out and they're like, hey, I'm looking to buy a home, but I don't know where to start. People are planning for the future. They're not looking to move until a year or two from now, which we're going to be in a completely different market. So I can only speak for right now. Okay, so the main things that lenders look at are debt to income ratio, credit history, and your assets. So your assets are going to include money that you have in the bank, and this will, include if you saved up for a down payment or own property. That is what they're going to be looking at as well. So here are a few things you can do to make sure that you're ready to purchase a home. The thing is, eliminate your debt. Debt, although some people may try to argue with me on this, the only way to build your credit is going to be to have some type of debt. So I always suggest, get a credit card, or if you already have a car note, that's good. You just need something to kind of start credit history up. So you want to eliminate as much debt as you can. So if you have a car note, you want to try to pay that off as soon as possible. So for instance, if you have a 5-year loan, try to make a plan to pay it off in 3 years. This way, when you do come to have your mortgage, the debt to income ratio will be much lower, because most of your bills that you financed are already paid off. The second thing you want to do is check your credit score, and I always suggest use Credit Karma. They have an app now, so you can check it every 2 weeks. Like mine, every week or so. So like every other week, I'll check it just to make sure that I'm still on the right track. It also can, be a motivation for you. If your credit score goes up a couple of points, you're like, okay, I can do this. I can continue to do what I'm doing, and obviously I'm doing the right thing because my credit is going up. And Credit Karma is not sponsored or anything, but Credit Karma is really good because they are able to let you know, hey, this is what you can do to get your credit score to go up a little bit more. Or they can give you tips on, how you can keep your credit, at a good number. Now, I always suggest, because they're going to always offer you different types of credit cards, I only suggest having one credit card, but it is up to you. If you're in a financial place where you can have two, then that is essentially your decision. The third thing is do an annual credit report. So there is a website, it's called Annual Credit. Actually, I'll put it in the link below, because I don't know if it's annualcreditreport.com or annualcredit.com, but basically it's going to give you a breakdown of what exactly is on your credit, a credit score. But you basically check this because, a lot of fraudulent things go on. People can open up utilities in your name, buy houses in your name, file taxes in your name, like just fraudulent things. So you want to make sure you check that, just to make sure there aren't any fraudulent things going on with your credit. The fourth thing, I always suggest people to audit their transactions. Audit your bank transactions. So I want you all to do this activity. It's helped me in the past, because sometimes you don't realize how much money is going towards food, or how much money is going towards things you don't need, until you actually figure out what amount is going towards that. So for instance, for me, I don't always, let me stop lying, but in the past, I've printed off like that previous month transactions my bank statements. Basically, I printed those off and I went through and I highlighted everything, all the money I spent on fast food. It was a crazy amount, like $250 a month on fast food, and that wasn't even like including groceries. I had went grocery shopping, but I was still spending money on fast food. Like, it really adds up. 50 can be in your savings account. That can be going towards your down payment. It may not be food. You may have a makeup addiction, or you may like, you know, to buy shoes or whatever the case may be. Throughout this journey, you're gonna have to make some sacrifices that you're not going to want to make, just because it's going to, in the long run, it's going to help you. Stay consistent. When I say stay consistent, I mean as far as your job. I know. Some people are like, nope, they try me at work. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not telling you to stay in a stressful situation. But what I'm saying is, when it comes to you purchasing a home, your lender is going to want to make sure you're not going from job to job to job. They want to make sure they're going to get their money back. It's important to make sure you really, stick with something at least for those 2 years, so that way you can purchase a home. And even if it's not the same exact company, make sure it's within the same field. And even then, you don't want to say it's been the past 2 years. You don't want to say you had 6 jobs in the past 2 years. That's not going to look good to the lender. I think would save your money. So I guess once you do your bank summary, you can see what money can be going towards your savings, and how you can cut back on certain things. It's literally going to be about sacrifice. So if you have cable, you're paying $200 for cable. How about you lower that bill down, get you Netflix for $10 a month, and pay for some internet and keep it moving. Any little thing helps. As far as you going to Starbucks every morning, little things like that adds up. So that's what I mean by just really auditing your bank account, so that way you have money to put to the side. The better your credit score, the better your interest rate is going to be. And then the lower your debt to income ratio, the more house you can get. So you want to make sure that is as low as possible. I hope this video was helpful for you all. If you have any questions, please comment them down below or send me a DM on Instagram. And I'm going to make sure I have all my information on here. Let me know if you have any suggestions for my next video. You all have a good day. Bye.